thanks for tuning in. This is optibotimus coming through with another video review. And on today's episode, thanks to the incredible support of my patron Adam, we're going to be taking a look at the new Netflix Transformers War for Cybertron Voyager class Megatron. Again, another repaint, but a really nice looking one. For the package, you got that very familiar white Netflix packaging with the Transformers text, Generation logo. You got the Netflix logo right up here. Got a really cool open window that fully showcases Megatron, as well as his extra accessories. The side here has an up-close image of him. Come around to the side, and you got that Transformers Siege side with the arc taken off from Cybertron, but it's done up in a white, black, and red color scheme, which looks really nice. Come around to the back of the package. You can see that he transforms into that tank that we've gotten. And of course, it's 17 steps, but you got a couple images there. And then you have Pinpointer, and of course, Lionizer, which, as you can see, it says that they're captives and they're Autobots. So that's interesting. But again, those are just repaints. I honestly think that Pinpointer is, oh no, it's close to this guy. I probably have the other one lying around here somewhere, and I don't know. But for the packaging, I also really love that. That's cool looking, that logo right there. But for the packaging on this guy, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. And here we have Megatron open up out of its packaging and obviously in his tank mode. Now, if memory serves, this is the fourth version of this figure that we've gotten. The original one, then the 35th anniversary repaint, and then we got a G2 repaint of them. And out of all of them, this is absolutely the best colored version that we've gotten. The Netflix series figures have done a tremendous job of really putting a premium paint job on these characters to really make them stand out. Now, the other part is he does come with a couple extra accessories. Why they're Autobots, I'm not sure. I mean, that's hopefully something that we're going to get more in the actual series. But here we have Pinpointer, which is a redeco of Fire Drive. He does come with his blast effects as well. There are these little pink guys, so you can plug those in there, and you can have that. You can do your thing. Like I said, he is a repaint of Fire Drive, which I do have right here. I'm going to set him there, and then transformation, you just detach the arms, bring that around, and swivel all of that. No, bring that up. Oh, that's not supposed to pop off. Here, let me grab that, put that right back there. But there you have them. So again, very, very lackluster in my honest opinion. The paint detail on Fire Drive is better looking. I really do think. You got more detail with the face. You got his face actually painted as well as his eyes. You got the Decepticon logo right there. I don't think he's got an Autobot logo on there because it's a red chest and there's no way to put a red Autobot logo on there, I guess. But better paint detail, I think, just in general. Also, I feel like this guy's joints are tighter than Pinpointer's. Specifically, like here, this like pops off really very easy. So I'm not a huge fan of that. Well, I guess it kind of looks like maybe he's got yellowish gold for his eyes. It is what it is. I'm not super excited about it. And then here we have Lionizer, which again is a repaint. I never got the original Lionizer, but the first one was like black and silver. This one looks pretty cool. You can take this little effect and you can put that on there, and it's like he's got a swish effect when he's moving the sword around, I guess. And then there's a little pinpoint right there. I don't know what that's about. I do like the little effect on here, though. It is much like this one. There's a little bit more purple in this, I think, than this. I don't honestly know. But you remove that. You transform him by detaching these bits, swiveling that around, rotate this bit. There's his little face, and this little section here just basically becomes a giant freaking tail on them. This actually looks pretty cool. I remember I mean, like I said, I never got the original one. I didn't care that much, to be totally honest. But this does look nice. The silver, the blue eyes and everything, the orange color with the translucent orange there does look pretty sharp. I like it. So you do get those extra guys, which is a cool addition. But the main star of this is obviously Megatron. Gorgeous metallic silver paint on here. The fade is, of course, very, very well done. You got, again, that asymmetrical sort of look where you got like more burn marks, I guess, on this side than that side. The cannon here has a really gorgeous fade on it. It's a nice lighter color, and then it comes around to the side, it gets darker. When it's not done up in a silverish sort of paint, the plastic is this really dark, not really, well, I guess maybe gunmetal gray. I'm not really good with colors, but overall, I mean, really very sharp. I mean, even the feet here have some nice silver painted on there. You got some yellow bits right there in the front. Bringing in the original, again, really still very nice on this. The splattering of wear is very noticeable on here, whereas again, this one just has a more uniform sort of look and color to it. I also think that the cannon looks much nicer with a full-on dark element with the dark gray, the gunmetal gray. You got the red in there, obviously. The silver and everything, I mean, that looks nice. It just... because that silver kind of doesn't match very well with the rest of it because it's just done in the gray plastic. But again, the overall look is vastly improved, I think. If I would say something, I would like to see some of these scratch marks and everything implemented a little bit more throughout this. You do get a little bit of it when you look at his chest in robot mode. We'll take a look at that more when we get to it. But all in all, still a really great looking figure. The mold is one that I enjoy. So obviously, there's that benefit going for it. I just think that the paint is considerably better looking. Now, because we have looked at it before, we are going to go ahead and skip the transformation. It's simple, easy to do. If you need any help, my playlist is available where you can check that out and get any help that you may need. But utilizing some of that good old-fashioned optibotimus movie magic, we're going to go from Megatron looking like this to looking like this. And again, the paint job just absolutely sets this guy apart from all the previous versions. It is an absolutely gorgeous paint job. Sword-wise here, you can see very similar. Obviously, the only real difference is you don't have the lighter silver throughout it, but also the plastic is a darker color, which does look really nice. I mean, there's a good fade on here as well. You can see like the bottom section is black and then you got that fade. Let me separate this. That comes around and does a nice job of looking much dirtier towards the top. I suppose if you have both, you could kind of kit bash them a little bit and take some of the elements with this, like the black sections here, put that there. I mean... I don't know. It's personal preference, honestly. I don't display him with either of these, so it doesn't really matter ultimately. That, though, I do love. Let's bring in the previous version for a comparison here. Now, again, color-wise, there is a big difference. Why do you look so sad, Megatron? But there is also a difference in terms of what they did with the ankles. One of the things that really was annoying was the tightness of this. Like, for example, this was... I mean, that was really... And then they were loose on the inside. So, these... the locking isn't nearly as... Like, this one you hear... that. This one doesn't really do it, but it does have a much stiffer sort of feel to it, which does really impress me. God bless it, he doesn't like standing sometimes. Whereas this is, I mean, these are fairly loose. I mean, they're not terrible, but I just feel like the locking click is a little bit too much, and then like when it's not locked in, kind of dangles. So I do think the ankles have been improved on it. Also, the cannon, I think, is predominantly... Well, I was talking about the weapons and I got distracted. I'm sorry. The cannon is really very nice. What is that weird pink color? There's a little weird pink color there. I don't know what that's all about. It's the exact same mold. I mean, everything is the exact same. Just, it's a slightly lighter sort of black, maybe a little bit more... I don't know if it's matte, but it's not as full-on black as this one is, which is nice. And then you can see you got that nice paint fade throughout it, which does look really very, very cool. You got that throughout the entire thing. I love the way that this looks, but you're going to see the biggest difference here, obviously, in the robot modes. or the actual figure. Absolutely gorgeous. It really is the big difference between these. He's got a lot more of that kind of paint splatter through it. The one thing that I like on here are these scratches. You got some of that on here, not on there, but you got a little bit here, which I think looks really very nice. I wish a little bit more was thrown in there. This, when you compare it to the really nice fade of everything else, kind of is a little bit jarring looking, because that literally is just like splashed on there. I mean, the entire figure on the original one has that. So, like I said, it's a little bit jarring when you see it here. I wish that was done a little bit better, or at least if they're going to have that fade in a little bit more. I mean, I do like that. And then you can see, obviously, all the paint detail is absolutely gorgeous. The fade from the nice silver paint to the dark gray here, you have that throughout the entire piece, especially here in the chest, which looks really good. You got the head that looks amazing. Both of those are the exact same. Nothing really changes. People are going to be asking about this little piece. This is Soundwave's extra gun, which everybody, including myself, pretty much believes that this was meant to go for Megatron, so you complete that more G1 look for him. It doesn't really work all that well with this guy, though. I mean, you can still do it, just the color is way off on him, so probably not going to use this with him. Ultimately, this is the figure that I want in my display. I like the darker color. The silver looks really nice. This has a really good look to it. I just think that this has a more premium feel. Not a lot of these Netflix figures have replaced versions in my display. This one is. So that's already a nice touch. I mean, the only thing, I mean, maybe if they could have done a little bit better job with the fade here, because you can see you got that nice silver, and then it goes straight to the gray. It's a little bit more faded on this side. I don't know why that's not really like that. When you take a look, let me get this out of the way. You can see that I mean, it's a very straight line. It goes from the silver to that plastic color. This one here has a little bit more of the fade. I mean, it kind of is. You see a little bit more of that coloring with the gunmetal gray kind of coming into this area. So I don't know why it's not like that on that one. It's not bad or anything. I love the way that the chest is with the silver and everything. Extra and added details are really picked out with a very nice silver color on there. I mean, the molded detail is still there. It just kind of is lost in it, but that really does look nice. I really love the Decepticon logo here as well. It's bigger than the original one, but you can see a really nice scratching effect on there. Overall, both of these figures are great. You're not wrong in either one. They both look truly, truly fantastic. The only thing, like, for me is, like, this has a little bit more of a premium sort of feel, whereas this one, it's just a lot of gray plastic, which isn't bad. And like I said, you're not wrong, really. If you like this one, you want to keep this one, or if you want to upgrade to get that one. If you do decide to upgrade to this Megatron, you get the added bonus of a couple extra little Target Masters, or whatever they're called, Battle Masters, whatever, which is a nice addition as well. If you already had them, you know, I mean, it's not that bad, although, like I said, I do think that the paint job on this guy is a bit nicer. And all of them, you know, let me transform him right quick. All of these work with the existing port system that they have, so you bring that up. So if you really wanted, you can have Megatron hold on to either of these figures. Like I said, I don't know why he's got Autobots with him. I mean, that's kind of strange. I mean, it does say that he's that they're prisoners, so I mean, that's probably going to have a more substantial play in the actual episodes and such. So we'll see. I'm really happy with them. Like I said, not a lot of these new Netflix figures are replacing previous ones that I've gotten from, like, Siege. That's bothering me. From the Siege line or the Earthrise line. So, I mean, it is what it is. But I still think that they're really good figures. They still all look really very nice. It's just personal preference, and this one sticks out a little bit for me. So I do recommend him. I don't think that he is a must-have. Previous versions of Megatron, whether it be that 35th anniversary one or the original, I still think are perfectly acceptable. If you like the G2 look for him, you know, you could get that one, but this is a nice upgrade. So all that being said, if this version of Megatron is one that you would like to add to your collection, all of these new Netflix figures are exclusively available, at least here in North America, at Walmart. And they are hitting stores right now, so if you're looking for them, good luck and happy hunting. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. Remember, if you like this video, I would really appreciate if you would do one very small thing for me, and that's simply just to hit that thumbs up button. That one very small gesture really does go a long way towards helping me out, and I would really very much appreciate it. Again, I want to send a huge shout out to my friend and patron Adam, who through his direct support has made this review possible. And if you'd like information on how you can become a patron like Adam and help support my channel, feel free to check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/optibotimus. And finally, remember, the real trouble with the world is that too many people grow up. Thank you for watching and taking the time to be a kid.